So I was doing some thinking of yesterday's office hours. I appreciate everyone that came through, but I was going to take you guys through kind of real quick, and I'm going to set a timer so we can kind of see how quickly we can come up with blog posts and stuff like that. So in between times, I'm going to actually pause the video, but I'm going to go back and forth to the timer so that way you can see that it's still going. But I'm going to show you guys how we can come up with blog posts, and we'll post them. Down the road, we're going to check it out to see what kind of search traffic we're getting and stuff like that. So I'm going to start the timer right now. Right there, obviously you see that starting. So now I am going into our system. So we have a different AI system. So I'm using Chat GPT, but it's a little bit different. But we have a whole bunch of different prompts right here that are already ready to go. But I'm going to go to this blog one. I already have an idea in mind. I've already typed it out just for time's sake, but I'm going to open this up. So we used our normal prompt, which was act like a copywriter and write an article about how to find and write blog posts using free online tools to find the topics, use Chat GPT to write the content, and example prompts to use to get the best results, and finally how to check for plagiarism, but also make it SEO friendly with outbound links within the copy of websites, within the copy to websites that have high authority scores. So that's a very long run-on sentence. I apologize for that. I'm not great at grammar, but this is the prompt that I'm using to be very specific about what I want. So the key thing here is act like a copywriter. So now you're telling ChatGPT to act like a certain profession, and then we're telling it to write an article right here about how to find and write blog posts. So that's the topic that it's going. So we're being very general with the actual category, because you could use this for any subject. So if you're in tree removal or business credit or whatever, you can prompt it to ask it about anything, but make sure you get your prompts down. So now we're going to say, okay, we want this to be geared towards small business. Oh, if I could spell, maybe I cut down on time. Businesses. Okay, so that's not a selection. We just typed it in. We have, let's just do a friendly one. So you can have the emotion in here. You can be witty, sarcastic, professional, just as the name of a few. So I'm gonna make this friendly. So I'm gonna click next. And so what this is gonna do, it's gonna come up with some potential blog post topics for me, some titles that I can use. And so again, you can actually go in and copy these for later on if you want to. So this one, copywriting hacks for small businesses using GPT and prompts. That's not exactly what, right here. So crafting SEO friendly blog posts. Let's use this one. I kind of like that. Well, let's generate some more. Let's just see if they can come up with 5 more topics. I'm not 100% sold on those. So these are all topics that you can actually copy and use for a different time if you want to. So mastering blogging. Okay, right here. I like this one. Mastering blogging. Easy writing the example prompt. So we'll use that one for later, actually. So mastering blogging for small businesses. I like that one. So I'm going to choose that one, and we're going to go down here and we're going to click next. And now it's going to ask us how many sections do we want for this. So I want to make this a decent size. So we'll do 5 sections of this. And so we're going to click generate outline. So now we're going to come up with the outline of the thing. So introduction, understanding your audience, creating content strategy, writing engaging blog posts. So so there you go. We're going to keep this right here. We can regenerate the outline, kind of like what we did up here for adding more content, but this will actually take out this whole section and it'll put 5 new sections, so it won't have 5 more. Click next, and this is a little bit different than ChatGPT. This is more prompt based, to where you kind of get down to the nitty gritty. So we can click medium. I just want a medium introduction. I don't want a really long one. So we're going to generate copy. So depending on how long this takes, so we're already at 4 minutes, but we've also done a bunch of talking and stuff like that. So if you already kind of have your stuff in mind, it's really just about waiting for it to do this. So right here, so we got this. All right, so the next one, I want the understand your audience. I want that to be a long one. So we're going to generate copy right here. We're going to let this process. If this takes more than a couple seconds, then I'm going to pause the video so that way you guys can see it. But if you look, it's at 4:37. Let me go ahead and pause it. But I'm going to keep the timer running, so when we unpause it, you're going to see it going. Okay, so it's roughly like 25 more seconds after that. You can see the timer still running. It's 5:09. So now let's go to creating a content strategy. I want this one to be long as well. So we're going to generate copy. So this is at 5:21. Let's stop it at 5:25. All right, so this one took about 40 seconds-ish, I guess. So maybe a little bit more, 50 seconds. So it did come up with like step-by-step right here. It came up with a subsection of this right here. So we can actually go in and edit this a little bit later on. Let's go down here. We want to writing engaging blog posts. Let's make that one long too. I'm going to click long, generate content. And so now I'm going to pause it again because it might take a minute for this one. So I'm going to pause at 6:45. So now this is, oh yeah, that took a little bit to do too. So now let's promoting your blog post. Let's do this. Let's generate copy. So now it is 7:38. I'm going to pause this so that way you aren't waiting around. So here it is. So you stop right now. All right, so that took 7:45. It was roughly like 30 seconds-ish, something like that. So we have a whole bunch of sections right here. We have let's see, we have 5 sections. Intro, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we can even add a section in here. So we can do. Let's add a section. Let's do in conclusion. If I can type. Let's make this one medium. Let's do generate copy. So now this should take everything that we have written from before and just make a conclusion out of it. Which shouldn't take too terribly long, but this will take a second to do. And generating copy. But yeah, this is. Yeah, so in conclusion, blogging is a powerful tool, blah, blah, blah. So there we go. So now what you can do is go in and actually update some of this stuff. So like some of the sections right here, I can go in and bold this. And so that way there is a little bit of customization in there that you can do in the way of so we can make these H3 tags, so like it'll automatically pull in H3 when we're posting it into our content. So like right here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do H2 because that just sounds about right. So we're going to do that. H3. I forgot to bold that. Let's do bold, and H3. There we go. And I'm gonna take out the in conclusion because I don't want anybody to get confused. So this is where you really got to be able to you got to go in and read the content and stuff like that. So you can't just blindly put this in there without doing your own due diligence and stuff like that. So you can see that I'm kind of going through. I'm gonna pause the video so that way you can kind of see it. We're at 10 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm gonna go in and read this through just to make sure that that is what I want to do. But I'm going to click next, that way you can see the next step. We're going to click next, and it's actually going to take this whole article and it's going to put it all into content right here. So I can actually go and edit this. So I can now do a better job of editing. So how's that duplicate? I don't need duplicates. But I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna read through the article just to see how good it is, and I'm gonna come back to y'all. So far the blog looks good. I'm actually going to edit it a little bit more later on, because obviously it's always a work in progress. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to leave this open just because when you click done, it actually goes away. So I want to keep this in here, but I want to go to Grammarly. I'm going to open it up in a new, so just in case. Just in case I have to log in. Nope, I don't. So right here, we are going to paste this into here. And so right here, we're going to choose this as business. I'm going to use it as inform, knowledgeable. Yeah, let's click done. Okay, so then what this is going to do is going to take a whole bunch of different ideas. So usually I can just go through create blog ideas. Oh, watch out. Suggestions. Okay, so we're going to create blog ideas. Right, and audience. Subscribe. Okay, so we're going to accept all. So all those are good. Looks good. Go through some of these out there. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go through and rephrase this, but you can see that as of right now, just out the box, this is the 86 overall score. I'm using Grammarly right now to be able to go through it, but I'm going to pause this right now, and I'm going to go through, make the edits that I want to, and then I'm going to show you the plagiarism side of it, to where we make sure that like nothing's plagiarized, stuff like that, 'cause that's a huge issue and stuff like that. And I want to make sure that either if I use somebody's content, I give them credit, or if I mean, obviously, if it's plagiarized, we don't want anything. But for right now, we have 1,919 words already put in here. So let me pause this, and we'll come back in a second. Okay, so I have adjusted it as much as I want to, because I still want to keep my voice in there, because Grammarly can get a little bit, what's it called? I'm too technical, and if you know me, I'm not a technical guy. So I want to make sure that we have a good writing style in there. So what I'm going to do is go down here to the bottom right. We're going to go to plagiarism. So now it's going to do its thing over here, but I'm going to copy all of this. And while this is working, I'm going to go into HemingwayApp.com. I just want to see what grade this is written in. So like this is written in 11th grade level. So I might want to dumb this down a little bit. Unfortunately, like dumb it down, it sounds like a bad term, but you know, even for me, like when I'm reading an article and stuff like that, usually most Americans can comprehend it at around a 5th or 6th grade reading level, or 6th grade level. But yeah, so this is 1,920 words from what this is tallying. It's 11th grade reading level. So I do need to go through and make some changes, but overall you can kind of see what how you can do to go write a blog and stuff like that. And we're at 19 minutes and 12 seconds. So 20 minutes to come up with a blog post, read it through, come up with some edits and stuff like that. And that was from start to finish. And most of it was over here in our CRM that generates this blog post. So, you know, this right here is creating a ton of content, and we'll have a bunch, and I'm gonna make another series about some of these other ones that can help you come up with ad copy, Facebook posts, IG caption, stuff like that, so that way you can easily go in and be able to write it. And we're constantly adding some new stuff in here, and so we have beta website builder and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is how you can write a blog. This is how we go through, and we're getting more involved with writing blogs and stuff like that. So stay tuned for some more videos. I appreciate you guys staying tuned, and see you on the next one.